Muawiyah, and you had the army of Iraq, which were the supporters of Imam Hassan alayhi salam. I am from the vanguard unit of Muawiyah. I do not consider war to be justified. Muawiyah has reached Maskeen with this army. You give regards to Abu Muhammad and tell him, Imam Hassan, tell him that for God's sake, he should have mercy on his own life and as well as those of his men. So from this, people were fooled. And they thought that after uttering this, people said that, we do not want a battle. They're coming and they want peace. They don't want war. Muawiyah wants peace because they're tired of war. So therefore, you see this, recurring theme in the Quran. وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ لَا تُفْسِدُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ قَالُوا إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُصْلِحُونَ. That when it's told to them, why you spread corruption in the earth, they say, we are but improving things. We are the musleh. We are the ones who want to rectify things. So the first thing that you see during the time of Imam Hassan alayhi salam is this infiltration in the minds of people that they thought that the likes of Muawiyah were, the religious people, they're good Muslims, for example, and they want this, peace. So why should we battle and go to war with a group of people that they only want peace with us? To combat this and to, each one of these points that I say, we have to think of our own life and our own situation that we have. How can we apply this? Because we are also followers of our Imam Mahdi Ajallah Ta'ala Farjuhu Sharif. And we have those who are going to try to separate us from the Imam, separate us from our religion, separate us from what is right. So therefore, what can we do so that we are not infiltrated or our youth are not infiltrated? One is to have basira. One is to have a solid foundation when it comes to our beliefs, and we're able to think properly. We're able to use the aql. And one of them is that connection to the Imam of the age, to be able to learn more and have ma'rifatul Imam. Because if a person has ma'rifatul Imam and knows the Imam either through his mind, we said, or through the heart, then that person will not be fooled. That person will not be misguided. This is one of the important aspects of Shahr Ramadan, is to increase our ma'rifah, increase our basira to the Imam. And that hopefully there's a time period for you to connect to Imam Zaman. To know that however many of our leaders they kill, for example, how many of our Muslims that they, oppress, that there is one individual that they can never kill, one individual that they can never be victorious over, that actually this individual will have the final victory, that is the Imam of the age. And to have this instills in us hope that eventually the world will be inherited by the righteous. This is the promise of the Holy Quran. And this is a reality that the dhuhur and the advent of Imam al-Zaman is hatmi. That even if the world's life is going to be so short, Allah will give length to the life of the world to make sure that the Imam will do dhuhur. We look at the life of our ulama and scholars and you see this special connection they had to Imam al-Zaman. There's an interesting story about a time of the Qaramida. This is a group of individuals who maybe around 1,000 years ago, maybe some of you have heard this, maybe you haven't, that they came and they actually stole Hajar al-Aswad, the black stone that's on the corner of the Kaaba that everyone goes to try to kiss. It's a Mubarak place, it's a great place to get tabarruk. It is a place that actually a group of Ismailis, or a group of them, went and attacked because they first established a Kaaba somewhere else. And they said that, you don't need to go to Mecca, you can come here. So imagine, for example, a group of people builds a Kaaba in America and tells people you do not need to fly, you're not to travel. There's a travel ban, it's very hard, for example. The lawyers are few, you don't need to go there, just come here and do your Hajj, for example. Would you go? No. You say that's nonsense. Nobody would do that. Even if it was very cheap, right? You don't need to file online or whatever. Now what they did, they said, well, let's do something where people will actually come. They actually stole and broke the Hajar al-Aswad. They took it and they put it in their phony Kaaba. Now people are like, oh, well, Hajar al-Aswad's there. And now people will come. After many years of the Kaaba being deprived, you can look at this in books of history, the Kaaba was deprived of Hajar al-Aswad. They finally got it back. They talked to them, they said, let's bring this back. But the question is this: who is going to put the black stone in its place? Who's going to do this? At that time, one of the ulama and learned scholars, Ibn Qulaway, who is one of the great teachers of